Hello, friends of the internet. My name is Q-Ball, and today I am joined by SydneyThompson.
Hello, everyone.
And today we are doing the very first podcast of Quips, Quirks, and Questions.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. So in order to explain to both Sydney and to the listeners the way that this interview podcast-esque episode, I don't even know what I'm calling it yet in terms of its realm, but how it's going to work is I have 3 questions prepared for you, Sydney. These questions are effectively just topics, and I have follow-up questions, and just leads to whatever kind of conversation that spreads from them. But after every single one of these questions, I have a game for you to play. Obviously, they will follow in the format of Quips, Quirks, and Questions. So you'll find out. I'll explain when we get to them what happens with those.
I love mini games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're literally the Mario Party mini games at the end of the round. That's what this is.
I love it. I'm here for it. I have lots of opinions.
That's
so
perfect.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
So there's one more thing we gotta throw in there.
Okay.
The real the real quirk, I guess, of the game is both of us have a random noise generating device. That noise will then activate our random question generator, of which I have 40 questions. I'm sorry, I need to build up that library a little bit more, but I have 40 random questions. And the rule is if either one of us sound off our noise, that question must be asked and answered before we can move on to anything else in this. So all conversation stops has to go to that question.
I love it.
What did you bring for your random noise?
My random noise is a pink sparkly D20 that I will drop onto my desktop, and it will sound like this. Except it will hopefully stay on my desktop. That's better. Okay.
Perfect. And then mine is a empty water bottle because I decided that it's too noisy for me to drink out of this water bottle during this, so I have a mug full of water. But it made a funny noise, so I think it'll work.
I like it.
So you ready for question 1?
No, I want a D20 question.
You want a D20 question. All right.
I rolled an 11. Does that help?
No. Because I was like, oh, I'll use 11, but I'm like, oh, then we're just gonna ask the first 20 questions, and that's not gonna do.
That's not gonna be helpful.
Us. Okay, this actually fits rather well with your D20 theme. What mythical creature would improve the world the most if it existed?
Oh, that's a really fun question. What mythical creature would improve the world most if it existed? Okay. First instinctual answer, just going straight from the gut, would be a mermaid. Because I feel like if there was a sentient human-like creature down in the depths of the sea that we would be able to communicate with on like ocean pollution and how what we were doing on land was affecting what was happening in the waters and the ecosystems down there, that could be a very useful resource. And also, the bottom of the ocean is like the scariest freaking place on the planet. So like researchers, right? Like,
yeah,
this
I was gonna say data gathering. That's what I was like.
Data gathering. Just being able to understand what the quote unquote final frontier on Earth would be. So I think I could probably come up with a better answer if I thought about it more. But right now, mermaids. Also, sparkly tails.
I accept that answer as sufficient. I guess I'll throw in my quick answer because I like throwing out my opinion too. I would go just based off of pure first thoughts, like traditional leprechauns. So like there would legitimately be the pots of gold at the end of like every rainbow that people found, and I think that would It'd probably spread something bad at some point because, greed. But, it'd be fun.
It'd be fun, yeah. I like that.
Wow, mermaids for underwater. That's a really good one. That's a really good one.
So what was your actual first question?
First official question of the 3 big questions. So, Sydney, you are one of the most empathetic people that I know. What is the key to your empathy, and in what ways has it improved your life?
Ooh, good question. So that's very kind of you to say. Let me start off by saying that.
So the main reason I know this is because the way that you freak out with movies, I know that you can put yourself into those places. You get so into them that it has to be empathy. Like, I know no other way of describing the way that you are able to transport yourself into different places like that.
Yeah, there is a lot of great stories of me watching movies and just having the most emotional response that was like not required. Like, there's been several times that I've watched movies with you and I have been running around, I have been freaking out, I've been up and down on the couch. Another great example of a movie that I freaked out about was it was the adult tag movie that came out 2 years ago. Yes. Okay, I don't know what it was called off the top. Was it just called Tag? Yeah. Okay. Tag. Yeah, and it had Hawkeye from the Avengers in it. Jeremy, what's his last name? Renner. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
He's funny. He's a really funny guy.
Funny. That was a funny movie, and that twist at the end. I was sitting with my in-laws family, Bradley's father and stepmother and their family. We were playing a card game, and that movie was just in the background. I was crying at the end of that movie. I was not even paying that much attention, and I was crying at the end of that movie. So that's I relate very deeply and emotionally to books as well as movies. I cry at everything.
I figured it was all forms of media.
All forms of media, yes. A good commercial will get me. Like, I am that person. So the question was,
what's the key to your empathy? Yeah.
What's the key to my empathy, and how has it improved my life?
Yes.
So I would say the key to anything in regards to being a human being is recognizing that we are all human beings, and life is tough when it's normal and scary when it's normal, and we are in extraordinary times in which it's not really that right now. But even beyond that, we are all human, and everybody's has their own super unique and interesting story to go along with that. So anything from the people that you meet when you're grocery shopping to your classmates to your coworkers, everyone has this super unique story, and we're all human, and we're all going through something, who knows what. Maybe it's that you're like thinking about getting a dog, maybe it's that a family member is super sick. Like, just understanding that I am a human being, you are a human being, we are all in this crazy world. There's so much debate on everything that if you just take a second to see, like, I could be in your shoes or you could be in my shoes, just at a drop of a hat, change of a sperm, like I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
No, it is I have yet to determine at what age group I'm shooting for with this, or what level of cursing I'm allowing. So you are setting whatever bar you want to, Sydney.
Well, I mean, seriously,
I get what you mean. Like, it's
at the change of a swimmer, everything could have been different. And I mean, I have been I think I won the lottery with my parents. I love them very, very much. I have an awesome nuclear family. I have an awesome husband that I have made my own family with. We have a dog that is a goblin, but like, we like him still. So I've been very, very lucky, but I understand that everybody has their own story.
Mm-hmm.
So I think let me rephrase.
It's that simple recognition of just
humanity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like one of the things that really spoke to me in college, I was in the honors college back at Valparaiso University, where we both graduated from.
Yep.
And our first year of school is in Christ College. You study the question, what does it mean to be human?
Okay.
And it means a whole lot of different things to different people. And then what does it mean on top of that to be a good human? Oh boy. Oh baby.
The word good to begin with already has made many a research person's career.
Right? It's insane. I think number one, we're all human. Number two, people have super interesting stories if you can just learn them. Number three, I am just an emotional person in general. So, with all of that, how has it affected my life?
Yes.
Mostly, I cry a lot at movies.
Okay.
I cry a lot at books. I cry at commercials. And I really want to learn people's stories. And sometimes that comes through books and media. And sometimes that comes from sitting down and having conversations. But you never learn.
So yeah, how does that, like, in your professional life, does that change a whole lot? Like, or do you find it easier to connect with your coworkers as a result? Do you find it's that because of that connection, somehow you're able to solve problems faster? Like, is there anything along that line that you think it's done?
I think so. Yes. Okay. I work for General Motors,
mm-hmm.
and one of the core behaviors at GM is one team. Hashtag one team. Hashtag one Pelpo.
This is not sponsored by anyone. I just want to make sure that's clear.
No, not at all. But I find that even when my coworkers have their own opinions and their own agendas that they're trying to work out, if you come at a problem saying, if like a couple different teams are working cross-functionally to try and solve an issue, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. If you come together and say it's us against this problem versus it's my part versus your part versus the budget versus the manufacturing site, you're going to get a lot more done. If you're trying to say it's the supplier versus General Motors, you're going to get nothing done. If you say, hey, how do we solve this problem together, as opposed to how are you going to solve this? I'm going to go and drink my coffee.
Yeah, how are you going to do your part? My part's good, obviously.
Yeah, my part's good. How are you going to do your part? Because all professional working in a professional engineering setting is one big group project.
Yeah.
For the rest of your career. So.
I know it's terrifying if anybody out there's like in their early college years to hear that, but it's true.
It's very true. And if you can collaborate and even work, like, you don't have to give a big assignment to the one dude who always slacks off. You can just say, hey, to your manager, this dude's not doing their work. Can you please help him do his work? I've had to say that a couple times. But it's us against the problem. And if you're not helping... Yeah, no, go ahead, Matt. What were you going to say?
It's kind of like leads kind of into what you were saying, though, of also the seeing it from other people's perspective. The reason, like, they could be a typically good worker, it's just this specific time, maybe they're not working well. You don't know the reason why, and that's why you have stuff like managers to go through to solve those kind of problems.
Yes.
And so that's why I always like doing something like that, too, better than... Because there's always the different views on leadership of, do you call people out in meetings or do you talk to them one-on-one? I always find it that somebody like a manager whose role it is to handle that stuff is the best way for you to get through something like that, because again, you don't know what they're going through and your manager's trained on it. They're expecting that kind of feedback from their manager. less so
Right.
than from you. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I like to think, and I've gotten it in some of my reviews, that it's hopefully it's better. My empathy has helped me in my career. I'm very early on in it so far, but I just like to take on the aspect of not necessarily it's us against the world, but it's us against whatever issue we're facing at this time. I bring that to my marriage. I bring that to my job. I bring that to whatever.
Yeah. No, that's Sydney, you have a great outlook. That's really good.
Oh, thank you.
And also,
ooh, I hate that noise, but I also like it.
Ooh, I got the 7. See.
7.
Oh, interesting. If you had to, what sense would you get rid of?
What I get rid of?
Yeah, of the five senses, which one would you be like, yeah, that one's gone?
Voluntarily get rid of. Interesting.
Correct. But like you have to get rid of one, so it's not like
Yeah, but like I get to choose. Like
correct.
I think this is gonna be weird. Probably. I think I would appreciate more if I like I would hate giving up touch because I wouldn't be able to feel textures, but I cook a lot.
Okay.
And I've been cooking more because we've been at home more, but I have had like 4 or 5 burns, a couple different cuts on my hand. I have a gnarly cut on my thumb right now. And I want to be able to see, taste, and smell my food because that's how I know I'm making good food. But if I could take some crap out of the oven without hurting myself, lordy.
Well, so you wouldn't feel the pain, but I think you'd still. It's the sense that's removed, not like.
Shh, let me dream.
Yeah, you'd be more pro, and you'd just be like, "What's wrong with your hand?" You'd be like, "Oh, didn't know that happened."
Yeah, no, that would be bad. But
okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a cool. See, for me, it'd be taste right away, because all of a sudden.
Matthew Bedell, you don't taste a damn thing anyway.
Oh, but do you know how easy it would be to eat healthy all the time if taste didn't matter to you?
But you'd still have the texture of the food in your mouth.
Yeah, so there would be a problem with that, but like it'd be
Matthew
a step
Bedell,
towards that.
you eat plain pasta anyway.
Yeah, but like then I
Matthew
could like
Bedell,
drink like those smoothies.
You wouldn't want to taste a goldfish ever again?
Would I rather not want to taste a goldfish ever again, or like smell freshly cut grass or something like that? I'm picking like I want to smell and I want to be able to see it, all that. Yep.
Different outlooks on life, man, right there.
Yeah. So, Sydney, are you ready for your first game?
Yeah, give me a mini game.
All right. So this one is Quips. So basically how this is going to work is I'm going to give you 8 quotes from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay. I want you to tell me who said it, and if you can, what movie it is. So each question will be worth 2 points, one for each of those.
Okay.
And my victory criteria here is that you got to get 12 points.
12 points, okay.
So like a 75%, roughly.
Okay.
So C's get degrees, Sydney. Here we go.
C's get degrees.
Oh god, I gotta remember. I gotta read them though, like they're not a character. So that's the hard part. All right. I do anything and everything Mr. Stark requires, including occasionally taking out the trash. So not like super famous quotes, but they're like, so Happy is your guess? I'm going to have you guess the movie before I tell you whether or not the character, unless that's not your guess.
Because the only people that would call him Mr. Stark would be Happy, Pepper, and Peter Parker. And this seems way too early for Peter Parker to be in the equation. I can't see Pepper taking out his trash, so I'm thinking it's Happy, and it's from one of the early Iron Man, so I'm going to go with 1.
You get 1 point because it was from Iron Man 1, but it was Pepper. And
it was Pepper?
It was her telling it to the first girl you ever see Tony sleep with. So it was taking her out like she was trash.
Oh, okay. And I haven't seen Iron Man 1 in years.
I saw it very recently.
Okay, look at that. Okay, next one.
I do what he does, just slower.
Shit. Oh, excuse me. I haven't sworn yet. Okay.
It's fine.
I do what he does, just slower. Oh, I know this.
And when you know the character, too, you're kind of like, that fits.
Is it from the first Avengers? Not Captain America, the first Avenger, the first Avengers movie.
Right, I know what you meant.
Yeah. Oh, I don't remember who said this. I do what he just slower. Because it's referring to Iron Man, right? Does Bruce Banner say it?
So
that's my guess.
So you're saying Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner from the first Avengers.
No, it was Falcon from Winter Soldier.
Oh.
It was Falcon saying it about Cap.
About Cap. Oh, man. Dang it. Okay.
It's all right.
Hit me with the next one.
Guns. So primitive.
Oh. Thanos. Or Loki. No, Thanos. Or. Oh, man. Matt, I have known none of these. I have known absolutely none of these. So these are all guesses. So I'm going to go with Thanos. And I'm going to go with Infinity War.
It was Okoye from Black Panther.
Matt!
I mean, she's the main bodyguard. She's one of the Avengers.
Yeah, I know. I know. These make sense.
I think some of these I think you'll start getting. I think you will. Trust me.
Matt, remember how we talked about how I have a hard time watching movies because I get so emotionally invested?
I was hoping that
I watch a movie.
The quotes.
I watch a movie once and then I don't watch it again because I would get too emotional again.
I got it. Dude,
okay.
We'll see how this keeps going. All right. Fourth quote. Anybody on our side hiding any shocking or fantastic abilities they'd like to disclose, I'm open to suggestions.
Oh. Is that Rocket from Guardians?
It is Tony Stark from Civil War. It was in response to Ant-Man going big. He was kind of like, all right, anybody on our side.
Yeah, okay, I remember that now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Matt, I'm really bad at this mini game. This is like me playing Mario Kart.
we just gotta make our way through it now, Sydney. We just gotta grind it out.
Yep, just keep it coming.
All right. You can do it. You can do anything. You're the world's greatest grandma.
Is that from Deadpool? Is that even allowed in this?
No,
okay.
Specifically the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
The world's greatest grandma?
I will
give me a hint.
Yeah, I will give you a hint of it is a character's daughter saying this. Of the main name brand.
Yeah, so is this Tony Stark's daughter? I don't remember her name. What's her name?
If it's the correct answer, I will give it to you.
Okay.
Put it that way.
What's the greatest grandma? Who else has a kid? Hawkeye has kids. But those are both men. Matt, I know nothing. It's a kid saying this?
Yes, it is.
All right, it's Tony Stark's daughter in Endgame. Done.
It is Cassie, which is Ant-Man's daughter in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I have actually not seen that movie.
Oh, all right. I'm going to go ahead and say then we're judging this out of 14 points. How about that? That's the way we'll
okay. I still only have 1 point, Matt.
We'll put an NA on that one.
I actually have not seen that movie.
Yes, it is very funny that because she gave him like this world's greatest grandma award, and it's
nice. That's awesome.
All right, dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizards.
Hulk. Nope, it's Tony Stark saying that to Hulk in the beginning of Infinity War.
Both correct, except for it's to Spider-Man. But yes,
Spider-Man.
Yes.
Okay, but Hulk is also in that scene. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, you had that right. So that's full points right there, Sydney.
Oh hey.
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
Oh, goodness. I'm going to say that's Doctor Strange in Infinity War.
You get 1 point for Infinity War, but it was Thanos.
Oh.
I picked that one specifically because I was kind of like, let's throw in one that's like, that could be a bad guy line, that could be a good guy line.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm really bad at this.
Right.
How many more of these do we have?
Last one, and I believe in you. That is America's ass.
Hey! That is Captain America saying it about Captain America in Endgame as he's walking past past Captain America laying prone on the ground.
Yeah, yes, it is. So, you got 6 points.
I do what he does, just slower. I wish I would have gotten that one. Now I'm remembering it.
So we're saying 6 out of 14, Sydney. So we're gonna say you didn't win that one, but you know
that's fine. I will survive.
We had a good try. All right, you ready for question 2?
Yeah, hit me with it.
As someone who often hosts, what makes a great party?
What makes a great party? Lots of good food that you can nibble on. Specifically a party, not a dinner party. Great food that you can nibble on. Fun, gluggable wine. If it's outside. If it's inside, like just chill drinks. And 3 really good people. Just like find your friends. You could set up activities if you want, such as board games and or whatever. But like what makes a good party great is just a little bit of nibblins. So you can just keep going and you're not like overly full. You might be because you ate too many chips and salsa earlier, but whatever. So there's a little bit for everything, a little bit for everyone. And then, so I have this vision. Okay. It's this summer. We have a grill. We have friends. I want to throw a grilled pizza party. So we have some pizza on the grill. We're making it. We're taking orders. You get some gluggable wine. You have some great friends. You have a sunny afternoon. You have some cold beer. You have the people's beer. You have some secrets if your friend is Matt Bedell.
You outed me on my own podcast about my
secrets? Yeah, I am. Your secrets. And you just really, what more do you need? 2 people. If you really have good food, great wine, and some, music. Okay. Gotta have background music. You don't have to, but it works. But thinking back to like all of everything I've hosted so far and things that I'm planning on hosting.
That was literally one of my questions. Is going to be like, "Hey, what you got? Any stuff in the backlog?"
Grilled pizza party.
This is you already did it.
Yeah, grilled pizza party. I think that sounds so fun. Like, wouldn't that be?
That's a cool one.
Just like for a nice summer day, once we can all gather again. I think that'd be super fun. I want to throw a themed party. That is also in the works. I tried. It didn't succeed. So we're just going to do it later.
Try and try again.
Try and try again. But no, as long as you have people, music, food, some booze, you're golden.
So is there a right mix of people? So like when you, I know typically it's like, it's this friend group, and friend groups kind of naturally form of, we always have someone who plays certain roles in it, but is there ever a thought process of, I would invite this person to this kind of party or this person to this group of people, but not to other ones? Or is there just people you generically are like, any party, that person?
So there are people that fit that category, right? Like anytime I'm hosting a function, like these people got to be on the list because I know they could bring out some of the shy people, make them feel comfortable. They can liven things up, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. But in high school, I was famous for throwing Disney movie night parties. Okay. Where we would watch my old VHS tapes of Disney movies on our VCR in our basement. and it was this group of girls, and it was a really weird group of girls. Not like weird, like everybody was like strange, but like people from various walks of high school life. So I had the intense athlete. I was a cheerleader. So just a friend of mine who was a very intense athlete, wasn't like knew everybody, but like wasn't very close to everybody. I had another cheerleader there. I had some choir kids there. I had one of my really good friends there. My younger sister was there because she lived with me. Yep. And we had someone from the grade below us there. It was just this really hodgepodge kind of group that never would have hung out with each other, but they all knew me through some ways and means, and we all just kind of meshed together. And from that, I mean, we all grew up, we were all 90s babies. We all grew up watching classic Disney movies. So like one time we had like an animal themed movie night. So like Lion King, Lilo and Stitch fell into that.
Yeah, Stitch is an animal. Yeah.
Stitch is an animal. And like, I think Tarzan also fell into that one.
Yep. Oh,
and then like we would have like classic princess nights. We would have modern princess nights, and just, we had Pixar nights. Like we would span the realm of the Disney universe, right? But like none of those people would have come together. But we had a great time. We overindulged on sugar. We made slutty brownies. We made so many slutty brownies. Matt Bedell, do you know what a slutty brownie is?
Can you please? And I think I do, but I want it to be known.
It is. Oh boy. It is a layer of cookie dough in a 9x13 or an 8x8 baking dish. Layer of cookie dough, and then you put Oreos down in like a grid pattern on top of that, making they all nice and fit together. And then you pour brownie batter on top of that, and you bake it in the oven until it's done, or until you can't wait. And then you scoop out a very small portion of that with vanilla ice cream or Ready Whip.
Okay.
And chef's kiss. Oh boy. I have had so many of those in my life.
Me and my vanilla loving ass are getting weirdly like, oh, it's too much chocolate.
It's a lot. That's why you have to have a little bit of cream or vanilla ice cream to go with it. But baby, it's good. So I think a good party is just having people that you, the host, likes around you. Now, obviously, you don't put two people that you know are at odds in the same room together. That's uncouth. Don't do that. But don't do that. But you just include them at different times, right? If you're friends with both of them, if you're friends with people, you don't want to make them feel uncomfortable being in the same room together. So you got to balance that as well. But like thinking back to like our engagement party that we had when Bradley like last May or something, about a year ago.
The
very different.
Cinco de Mayo taco.
Let's talk about a party.
Let's talk about a party. Yeah.
Let's talk about a party.
Shout out to Grace.
Shout out to Grace. She did a great job. But it was a lot of different people. And I think it came together well.
Okay.
Also.
I gotta press the random. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant? I told you random questions. I scoured the internet.
Kill an elephant?
Yes,
I think you could kill an elephant most successfully by suffocating it. So I'm gonna say like, if the is the elephant like fighting?
This is. I think you need to answer your own question.
Okay. If the elephant is fighting, like 10,000 chickens.
I mean, if you're thinking just like they're trying to suffocate, it would probably fight back. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But if you put the elephant in a box and then just start throwing chickens in the box with the elephant, and then you put the top on the box, you kill everybody. But you'd also kill the elephant with like less chickens.
Okay, but it wouldn't be the chickens that killed them.
No.
Yeah.
But
the chickens were involved, right.
The chickens were involved. I don't know. That's my official answer, Matt. What do you think?
I don't so I don't know enough about chickens to know if they defend one another, like how well do they pack. If they are a generally good pack animal, then I would think honestly something like 100 or 200 would do it. Because I think as soon as like 3 or 4 are going down, they're going to start realizing. See, my guess is they're probably spreaders. They probably just run when something like that happens. So I don't think that. But if they were angry, if they were motivated to fight, then I would say
you get some fighting chickens.
You get the ones from Chicken Run, and I think you could do it in about 100. So I don't think the beaks will take advantage. I think you might be right. I think it might be suffocating, just overwhelming the elephant to the point that it's just down.
Yeah, I think that's what you're going to have to do.
It's an engineering question.
It is. Sure. Okay, do you have any more host questions?
Oh gosh. No, you already answered my my follow-ups because you answered one of them without me asking.
Key to a great party is just throwing a great party, man.
Hey, the reason I wanted to ask is because I know that you have been very successful with this.
I love throwing parties. I love having people around. I'm a social creature. It's so much fun.
You ready for game 2?
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna suck at this one, Matt.
So this one is super subjective. This is the Quirks minigame.
Okay, Quirks.
So how Quirks works is I am going to present you with a made-up game. It's effectively like a board game or something of that nature. I need you to tell me the strategy in which you need to win it, and any other modifications you need to make it a good game. And it's literally just subjective of me being like, yes, I think you solved it, or I think you made a good game, and that's about it. So
great. Okay.
Ready for the game that doesn't exist that I've made up?
Yep.
So this one is called Construction Corruption. So it is it is a deception-based game. So every player is given a role, kind of like a Secret Hitler or something of that like you're either a builder or you're a destroyer. Players then take turns adding pieces to a building in the center. Think of something kind of like a Lincoln Logs or a Jenga tower, something like that. The destroyer's job is to make sure that the structure will collapse on somebody else. Ooh. The builder's job is to make sure it stays up and find the destroyer. So at any point, anyone can accuse somebody else of being the destroyer. If they're correct, the destroyer is removed from the game, and that's that. If incorrect, the accuser has to remove 2 supporting pieces from the building in the center. And obviously, if they're removing it and it collapses, the destroyers win. And so obviously, if there's a bigger group, there can be multiple destroyers or something like that. That's whatever. The game is completed when all the destroyers are discovered, which is the builder's victory, obviously. When the building collapses, the destroyer's victory, unless it collapses on a destroyer, in which case they would lose. Or when all of the pieces are used, who knows how many pieces, blah, 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 but that would be a builder's victory.
Okay.
What is the strategy to win this game, and what other modifications did you make? Okay,
so I'm going to go at this from first the destroyer and then the builder.
Okay.
So because this game is all table talk. It's all table talk with a little bit of actual physical activity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm a destroyer, me personally, SydneyThompson, electrical engineering graduate, have not done any actual engineering work in, when did I graduate? 2018? Okay, cool. So I'm not a structural engineer. I don't know how these work. Okay, I'm going to place this here. This seems like fun. This is going to be like a decorative piece. No, you put it in where you need structure. You put the decorative piece right where you need structure. You put that nice little flimsy block in the corner. Okay, mm-hmm. But I'm not a structural engineer. I'm just here for the design aspect. Now, from the builder's perspective, you want to get a good base and you want to get it early, and you just need to listen. You need to talk, you need to find things out, but you just need to listen, because maybe there's going to be a person at the table that's not saying as much, but is making some design-based decisions. Okay, what are you doing? But at the same time, if you have a good base, your tower's not going to fall. You want to use up a lot of building a good base to try and get you where you are like blocks at the end, a really firm foundation. So you try and get, if you're a builder, you're trying to get all the blocks on the table early and a good base. If someone's trying to build up that tower too quick, ooh, what are you doing? Are you putting decorative pieces in? I don't think so. If you're a destroyer, make dumb looking decisions. Make a couple smart ones, but make some dumb looking decisions and try and build the tower up. Final answer.
Okay. I think there's one aspect I think that needs to be thought about with the builder side, but otherwise I think that is very much so a good strategy, especially the smack. It's all about smack talk.
It's all about smack talk.
Yeah, it's all about like, oh, but like it'll look cute.
Yeah.
I love that aspect. It's if you are a builder and you use so many things on the base, then everything is a supporting structure, so you're likely to collapse it. Like, so if you don't have things that are like less supporty on the top to remove, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta try and think about that. Granted, I don't know how the hell the pieces work.
No, that's totally fair.
Otherwise, no, I think that's a very I like the idea of listening's more important when you're a builder, and then talking is more important when you're a destroyer.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you ready for question 3, Sydney? Oh.
No, give me a random one.
What is your favorite animal sound?
My favorite animal sound?
And do it.
Bosco, my corgi puppy, when he has just woken up and knows he's going on a walk, he will stretch and make this like really deep, nasty noise, like
oh my gosh, that's weird. That is
so funny. He's just it like starts like a really like nice little young like I was trying to capture it for my random sound generator, but I could never get him to do it when I had the recording up. Right.
Yeah. No, it's making an animal to do what you want. It's hard. It's almost like it's a career.
No kidding. What's yours?
Oh God, I realized when I asked that I had to think of it too, and I've been trying to think of something. Believe it or not, while I'm not a cat person, cats purring is a wonderful. So like a, oh man, like a.
That was not bad.
See, the problem is I'm good at like creepy noises, so I feel like I can make like a dragon doing like a type of thing more so than I can like a nice like purr thing. Yeah. So now, are you ready for your third question?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much.
This is a nice tee up for you. What drew you to making podcasts?
I love listening. Okay. Short answer and long answer. Short answer, I was bored. And that's the short answer.
Yeah.
Long answer, I was living by myself. Bradley and I were engaged. No, we were dating at the time, soon to be engaged. And it was the first time I had lived on my own in a city that I did not know anyone else in. And I was really lonely. And so I needed a way to connect with people and with other humans, specifically my good friend Grace. And she and I have been watching the Bachelor franchise for a number of years. And she had recently started watching it when she would come over to my apartment senior year of college for Bachelor watch parties. And
good times.
Good times. And so Oh, another good way to host a party is to have like the central thing that like it revolves around, but that no one really cares enough about. So like you can have a great Super Bowl party if you don't care about the two teams because you're
Okay.
just having a really fun time conversing, watching, laughing, saying, "Ah, man, come on, you're paid that much money to drop a pass." Like eating the wings, eating the whatever,
Right,
having a
right.
great time. Yeah. So another great way is to watch something that everybody cares about enough, but no one actually cares about. So we would have these bachelor watch parties, and Grace really got into The Bachelor, and so we had the idea to do our own Bachelor watch podcast because it was something we knew and something we could do without a lot of preparation because it was just watch the episode and then give our thoughts and opinions. And we saw that there was not a lot of people from the Midwest who did a Bachelor podcast. It was people in New York City and people in LA.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah. So a lot of the really big podcasts are either people that live in LA, people that live in New York City, or former Bachelor contestants themselves. So we kind of sat ourselves to be the niche of Midwestern.
Okay.
Go to that crowd. Most of the people that listened to that podcast were friends and family in the Midwest. So that worked out.
So lots of opes, right?
Lots of opes. Lots of opes. We actually had a number of followers in India as well. Funny enough.
Didn't know they liked The Bachelor.
I did not know that either, but it was a really fun time, and it was a great way for us to connect and for me to have a regular schedule of watch this Monday night, Tuesday night record, Wednesday night I would edit.
Okay.
Or I would, or Bradley would edit, or Grace would edit, but Wednesday night we would edit, and then we'd post on Thursdays. And that was for someone who had not a lot of structure in the evenings after work, that was very necessary for me. I thrive when I'm busy, not when I have a lot of free time. So that was a really helpful way for me personally to get some control in my life after college. But also it was really fun. I love podcasts. I love this medium. It's so interesting. I am a very auditory person. I listen, I hear it, and I can do it. Okay, cool. And so to be making that was just a really rewarding experience.
So what are the current goals? I know I've had some obviously conversations with you about kind of what's up with your future in podcasting. What are got any aspirations? Got any plans for what's going on now?
Yeah, I would love to get back. Grace and I, my co-host of Batchonomics is what it was called.
Love it.
Yeah, it was a fun name. It was a fun podcast. We have an idea for a show. Right now, it's even though we're both at home quarantined, it's a very busy season of our lives. Grace and her husband bought a house last fall, and they're remodeling it. And my husband and I are currently in the process of looking to buy a house. It's a very weird time to do that, by the way, but we're in that process as well. So it's kind of gone to the wayside, and I wish it wouldn't. I would love more so to get back to it. Right now, what's kind of taken over that is a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, honestly.
Mm-hmm. It's honestly, when you were describing the whole giving structure to your after work life, it actually made me think of Dungeons and Dragons, because one of my closest friend groups still from college is my main Dungeons and Dragons group, because we had a scheduled meetup time every so often that we always stuck to, and it gave that nice structure to it. So that was really funny that I saw just like the parallels between like this creation, like this content creation, and then the game.
And it's just it's another way to be creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. I miss that a lot. I would love to get back into it. The idea we're working through is a lot more complicated, unfortunately, than just watching an episode of The Bachelor and then going forward and giving our opinions.
What made you stop wanting to do the Bachelor idea?
It wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
The Bachelor is an exhausting franchise. Truly, it is an exhausting franchise. It is. So we did Colton's season of The Bachelor, and so that is 2 hours every Monday night. There were some weeks that were multiple hours more than that. So some weeks it was 4 hours of watching, and some weeks it was 2 nights, and it was just a lot. And also, I like watching The Bachelor. It's fun because I can also scroll through Instagram and drink my wine and like have a really chill evening in my pajamas. But like when you make it your job, it's no longer.
Yeah.
It no longer turned fun.
Yeah.
And neither Grace nor I were having fun with taking notes during the episodes because we weren't watching. We were just note taking. Which is, so it was just like,
yeah,
we like podcasting, we like this, but we need to come up with a better way to do it. So I miss it though. I really do. I won't lie.
No, I get it because I think we've talked about this before, but when I originally started making YouTube videos, it was supposed to be gameplay, comedy stuff. I wasn't having fun playing video games. And so it's the exact same thing of just like, when you try and make something, because like you're trying to make notes that way you can make good comments and relevant stuff like during your podcast. Mine was the same thing of I was trying to be entertaining, say different things the entire time that I'm just playing a game. And so I wasn't playing the game. I was trying to be funny, which isn't sometimes isn't fun.
No.
So
and it's easier to be funny when you're just having a good time.
Correct. Yeah, that's actually totally true. That's a true statement of like when you're in good company, it's really easy to be funny.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would love to get back into it. I have a couple more ideas up my sleeve, but we'll see where all of those go.
Keep us posted.
Yeah.
You ready for the last game?
Give me it.
All right. So this is the bonus game. So this is the one. So the previous two are going to be stuff that's like kind of similar throughout every single episode that I ever make of this. Okay. This one won't be. This will be something entirely different for every guest, tailor-made for them. And it is very appropriate for what the discussion just was. Okay. I want you to name as many Bachelor and Bachelorette couples that are still together.
Oh, still together?
Still together. So I found an updated list as of February of 2020. So I imagine it's probably still, still pretty good.
It's mostly accurate. And so we're not counting we're counting couples that got together on, do we count Bachelor in Paradise?
Yes, Bachelor in Paradise was on this list. Okay. And some of them were people who have met that necessarily didn't win was on this list. It included
so like Jason and Caitlin Bristow, Jason T.A. something.
Jason and Kristen?
Kristen?
Let me look. Oh God.
No, it's Caitlin Bristow. She was the Bachelorette, and Jason was on Becca Kufrin's season.
Caitlin
and
Jason. Yes.
Are they on this list? Okay.
They are on this list. And
okay.
So I will give
because
you that
that's
already.
A different category of people that have met via the franchise.
Unfortunately, I didn't know the difference when I looked up my list. So they're all under here. But it also gives you more opportunity because I am expecting an 80% from you because I expect someone who is as avid of a Bachelor and Bachelorette fan as you to be at least above average. So, C's average. I'm looking for a B.
C's to get degrees.
No.
Okay. So Trista and Ryan, she was the first Bachelorette. Oh, shoot. Okay. No, because I'm trying to go like backwards order, and I'm trying to remember because, the winemaker and that girl, the winemaker won her season. She now makes wedding dresses. They're still together, and the winemaker, he wrote her a poem, and that's how they got together. I think his name is not Ben. It's something else.
I don't think there's a single
I'll
Ben
circle
on
back
there.
to that. Yeah, no, Ben was the runner-up from that
I don't
season.
think there's a single Ben.
No, because Ben Higgins, who was the Bachelor, recently got engaged to someone he did not meet on The Bachelor. Okay, so let me go with who I know recently. So there's Jason and Caitlin. There's Trista and Ryan, JoJo and Jordan Rogers.
Yep.
And then there's Becca and what's his name? Garrett.
Correct.
Garrett. Colton and Cassie are still together from Colton's season.
Yep.
Rachel and Brian are still together from her season.
Yep.
Sean Lowe and Catherine Gudici are still together from their season.
Yes.
Carly and Evan are still together from Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, no, it was Catherine, not Caitlin.
Catherine?
For Sean Lowe and Catherine.
Oh, Sean Lowe and Catherine. Yeah, Catherine Gudici.
Catherine Caitlin.
Is her name.
We got you.
They have
100% giving it to you. You got the last name, not the first name.
3 really cute babies. They're so cute. Okay, so then Carly and Evan Bass. I don't know if I've said that yet. Okay, and now there's another couple that's still together from Bachelor in Paradise. Oh, shoot.
Unfortunately, I do not have the list of who's from what show. I did not.
I know.
That down.
Okay. Oh, shoot. They had babies at the same time. Oh, Ashley and Jared. Ashley Iaconetti and Jared something.
Yep.
And then, oh, shoot. Dean and, C. Her name starts with a C. Kaylin?
Yeah, Kaylin.
Okay. I have no idea how many I've said.
You've said 9.
Oh. So, okay. How many are there? Like 18?
Oh, sorry. You said 10. I think there's
10.
20.
Okay. So I'm at 50% right now.
But honestly, like double digits, the more we're going through this, the more I'm realizing like double digits might be the true mark.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll give you a hint. One of these I know. Because it's the only time I've watched.
Oh, Ari and Lauren.
Yep.
Yeah, Lewandike, I believe is their name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I was going through Bachelorettes.
Oh, sorry. Whatever process you were doing, continue.
No, you're good. I went through Bachelorettes, and then I went through Bachelor in Paradise. And I'm sure I'm missing some. Because Chris Randone and Crystal aren't on that list anymore. Because they are technically separated.
I don't see them. Nope.
Yeah, okay. They're technically separated, but they're still married, I believe.
Okay.
And then Bachelors. Bachelors have a bad success rate. So Pilot Pete is not with any of his people. Colton is still with Cassie. Before him was Ari, who's still with his
Lauren, right?
Winner, yeah.
Well, sort of.
Sort of winner, yeah. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, I want to get one more. Jade Romper is her name. What's his name?
Want me to tell you it?
Yeah, what's his name?
Tanner,
damn it.
I'm gonna give you a half.
Okay, fine.
So we're
I'm tapping out.
11.5 is what we're calling you at.
Okay.
So you had Tristan and Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley and JP.
Dang it. Okay.
Desiree and Chris.
That's the wedding dress couple. Okay. And he wrote her a poem. Yes. Okay. Ashley and JP, I thought they broke up. They're not. Okay.
At least as of February, they weren't. They may have broken
up.
No,
they're still together. Okay. I messed that one up. Okay. Keep going.
Raven and Adam.
Oh. Raven? Oh,
Gates.
Yeah. They met on Bachelor in Paradise. Yep. Okay.
Jeez.
I heard your neighbors.
Yeah, that one I heard. But Holly and Blake. I don't know. Holly Durst and Blake Julian.
I have no idea who those people are.
Jason and Molly.
Oh yeah, Jason's season. He was the original. Broke up with the one, proposed to the other. Broke up with the one he proposed to. Got back with the first one.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Jesse and Ann.
Nope.
Peyton and Chris.
Nope.
Hannah and Dylan.
Yes, Hannah Goodwin and Dylan Harbert. They're the other couple from Bachelor in Paradise this year that stayed together.
Kevin and Astrid.
Duh, also Bachelor in Paradise. They live in Canada now.
Ty and Elizabeth.
No idea.
And then Drew and Amy.
No clue.
You got literally just over half, which I call that a win. I'm calling that an absolute win.
The fact that I have that much Bachelor knowledge in my head scares me. But also, and that I could recognize and name each of the other couples. I just couldn't remember their names.
You recognized the majority. Like there's only like 3 or 4 that you're like, I don't know who that is. So
yeah, Kevin and Astrid. Yeah, they're unproblematic, so I always forget about them.
You're too good a couple.
You're too good. Okay.
That is all that I had for you, Sydney.
Matt, this has been an awesome pleasure.
Thank you. This has been great. Thank you for being my first ever guest on this, because I needed the push.
Happy to be here.
I don't know if I have a sign-off. I wish I did. But I don't have like a clever, like, oh, this is what I always say at the end of things stuff. Like I have my intro, but I don't have a sign-off.
Hello, friends of the internet.
Yeah.
Goodbye, friends of the internet. It has been a pleasure.
Oh,
there you go.
It has been a pleasure. It's not a bad one. Like, I think, no, we're gonna start one. We're gonna start one right here, and I think it's gonna be. See you next time. It has been a pleasure.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. So thank you once again to Sydney Thompson.
Love you, Matt.
I love you too. It has been fantastic. And I want to thank all of you for listening. We'll see you next time, and it has been a pleasure.